Hey there, Jeremy with Strength in Numbers. An emergency fund is a great idea, but how do I get it? How much should it be? And where do I keep it? We're going to talk about that and more today. So the emergency fund, what is it exactly? Well, it's simply money that you set aside for life's unexpected circumstances. It's going to rain, so you need to have a rainy day fund. You may be hearing that and thinking, well, Jeremy, be positive. That's not a very positive outlook on life. Well, I am positive. It's going to rain. You need to have an emergency fund. You need to have a rainy day fund. You need to be prepared for those unexpected things of life. Statistically, we see that every 7 to 10 years, you're going to have a major financial event. So you need to be prepared because we don't know what that's going to be. So what's the emergency fund for? Well, it could be for the airfare to get across the country for the loved one that just passed away, to be there with the family, support them. It could be unexpected illness that is more expensive than you ever could have planned for, and you need to be able to cover those medical expenses. And many other things that I can't really come up with right now because that's the whole point. It's an emergency. We don't know what it's going to be. So think really, what is an actual emergency? And this is a great thing for singles to talk with your accountability, your partner or coach, and couples to talk about together. Make sure you're on the same page about what an emergency is or is not, and it'll remove the drama from that situation when it comes. So how much should I have an emergency fund? Well, if you're first starting out with this process and you're still in debt, I recommend you have $1,000 set aside in your emergency fund. Why $1,000? Well, the simple reason is because statistically, 90% of the stuff that's going to happen to you is going to cost $1,000 or less, and you'll be able to manage most of life while you're working on getting out of debt. If you are out of debt, except your primary mortgage, then take that $1,000 to a whole new level and increase that account to a total of 3 to 6 months of emergency fund savings. If you're a realtor, you probably should have more than 6 months set aside because then, man, that market is volatile. If you are a commission-based sales representative, you probably should have more towards the 6 month. If you're a 9-to-5er with a pretty stable income, 3 months is probably going to work for you. And that's where a coach like me can help you really pinpoint that in as to what amount that should be and how many months that should be for you. So where are we going to keep this money? Well, don't bury it in the backyard, but if you need to keep it in a stock drawer or cookie jar, that's okay. But I recommend you keep it in an actual bank account. What kind of bank account? Well, simply what we call an MMA account. No, that has nothing to do with mixed martial arts. That's a money market account, okay, which is simply a glorified savings account. It's like a savings account with a couple of check writing privileges with some limits. So you can write a few checks out of it if you need to. You may even have a dedicated debit card. And yeah, it'll earn a little bit, but the whole point of this is not for you to make money. This is self-insurance against life because wealthy people self-insure, and this is the first step. So keep it in a money market account if you're going to use a savings account. And also, if you're going to keep it in an account, make sure it's a complete separate account from your checking, like we were just saying with the savings. Do not want to mix funds because if it's in the checking account, where's it going to go? Poof, it's going to go into midair and just disappear. We want to protect this money so that you can protect your financial future. So how do I get this emergency fund? Well, it's time to get hustling, my friend, but I want to give you 5 tips that you can use right now to help you think of different ways to find the money to get this emergency fund in place. So the first one is adjust your tax withholdings. If you've been getting a large tax refund every year, that is not good use of finances. That's a 0% interest loan to the government. Uncle Sam is not so good at handling money if you didn't notice. So adjust your tax withholdings, sit down with a consultation with a CPA if you're not using one. I highly recommend you do, and adjust your withholdings so you're not getting a large refund and use that money to put aside for your emergency fund. The second idea is maybe you should consider taking a temporary pause on your retirement. What could you do if just for a couple of years you got laser focused and got some financial stability in place because you had cash in the bank for emergencies, for those things that kept coming up and holding you back from making financial progress? If those were totally out of the way, what could you do? What could you save for retirement then? Thirdly, adjust your insurances. If you haven't gotten requoted on your auto, home, and other P&C, property and casualty insurances in a while, you should. You should do it at least once a year because rates change all the time and there could be hundreds of dollars a year or even sometimes a month of savings right there waiting for you just because you need to get requoted. Find a good quality insurance broker, get quoted with them. It's going to take you like 5 minutes. You just send them your declarations page and they're going to do the work. So find an independent broker that doesn't work for one particular insurance company. They're going to help super serve you. Fourthly, Extra checks, bonuses, things that come along the way, these are great turbo boosts towards accomplishing this goal. And then lastly, number 5, maybe as an American, you've got some stuff you can sell. I would bet that you probably do. Sell some things. Maybe it's even time to trade in that car that's depreciating way too fast and free yourself of that car payment and get something that's much more manageable. So those are 5 ideas you can use right now to find the money to save for the emergency fund. And you're going to find when you get this emergency fund in place, it's going to turn a crisis into an inconvenience. This has been Jeremy with Strength in Numbers, helping you keep your wallet heavy and your heart light. Feel free to download my ebook with some other great tips you can use right now. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care.